Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Sarah or Failed Criminal, whichever you prefer, and today we're going to be going over a couple of things that I wanted to release a little separate from my first video just to make sure it wasn't too big. Long story. This is the second video in my EGL 101 series, so this might be the last video. I'm not entirely certain, but we will see. Let's go over how to build a coordinate. So, whenever you think of a coordinate, you probably think of something really well put together, you know, something like this, right? And you don't know how to get there yourself. You don't know how to put that outfit together.
Hey, Editor Sarah here. I had to cut some footage from this, but basically what I am saying is you want to cut the body into pieces. You want to cut it from the head to the bust to the waist to the legs. And I will explain further why you want to do this.
So for me, for my head, I have a couple of head bows on, and I have my pigtails. For the rest of my body, for my bust, I have the one piece and a necklace. For the waist, I don't have anything except the skirt, which in and of itself enough. And for the legs, I have socks and shoes. Generally, you want to follow that rule of head, bust, waist, legs. That ratio, I should say. I should say it's a ratio. You want to follow that because it will give you a lot more coherent and balanced coordinates. Also, I forgot to mention, you may notice I don't have any wrist cuffs right now. I lost them. I don't know how I lost them. My room is so tiny, so I don't know how that happened, but they're gone. That's how you want to build a coordinate. So generally, you want to have a headpiece, a main piece. If that main piece is a skirt, you want to have a blouse, as well as a jumper skirt, you're going to want to have a blouse. Sometimes blouse, sometimes no blouse. You want to have wristwear. You want to have socks of some sort. They can be socks or tights and socks, whatever you prefer. And shoes. That's generally the best thing for a coordinate, is to just remember that those are the absolute basics and everything else comes second. Because you can have a bland Lolita cord, you know, it's fine, but you can't have a Lolita cord that's incomplete. Because then it's not a cord, it's just incomplete, you know? So, yeah. The second thing I wanted to talk about is Lace Market and the way to use it. So, with Lace Market, you're going to want to sign up and have an account, and you're going to put in your PayPal email. Make sure this is your PayPal email, not the email you want to use, but your PayPal email. And once you do that, you're going to message the moderators on either the Facebook or through email, and they're going to approve your account or they're going to deny your account. And based on that, you will either receive or not receive an account on Lace Market. It's really simple. It just takes a couple days. You gotta be patient with it. But Lace Market is generally the best place to go, so I really recommend having a account for this website. So the way that Lace Market works is it kind of works like eBay. So there is listings you can buy now, listings you can bid on, and listings you can buy now and bid on. So whenever you see a listing with just a buy now, the only way to buy that is to pay that price unless specified otherwise by the seller. So you also want to check descriptions to make sure that, you know, you want to check descriptions to make sure that you're doing everything correctly. There's also the TOS, the terms of service, which is another tab, and you want to make sure that you hit that and read it all and make sure that you are well within the TOS before buying something. Bidding is basically just bidding on stuff. So if one person bids $25 and you come along and you bid 24, their bid of 25 is going to trump your 24. If you come by and you bid 26 and they had a 25, it's going to default to your amount. And this can be seen with amounts that are different, like very different. So if you bid 50 and someone bids 70, it's going to bring the bid up to 51. So there's really no real way of telling how much people have bid on these things. You just kind of have to guess and put as much as you're willing to put into this item. And lastly, I kind of wanted to talk about finding good deals. So finding good deals is relatively easy. So Lace Market has secondhand items from all over the world. So whatever country you're in, there's probably some Lolita items for you on Lace Market. And finding a good deal is not too difficult. I actually got this for 200 bucks. It's the 2011 release and it's in pretty good condition. I got this secondhand, I got this secondhand, I got this secondhand, I got this secondhand. Secondhand is your best friend. It's gonna be so much cheaper to buy secondhand than it is to buy new stuff. And if you want to buy new stuff, that's perfectly fine if you don't feel comfortable wearing something that someone else has worn. But on Lace Market, there's also brand new with tags and brand new without tags and things that have just been tried on once or twice. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone. Finding a good deal. So the way that I find good deals is I look at the price and there's a little setting on the search bar for Lace Market. I will show that here. There is a setting that's like a little funnel and you click on it and then you can click on show, I think advanced filters, and then click on show completed and show active. And whenever you click on that and you hit search, it's gonna show you all of the listings that have ever been sold for this item. So you can judge whether or not it's a good price based on that instead of just guessing, well, Labrary says that it costs this much, so it must be a good deal. Because some items devalue a lot quicker than others, and others actually go up in value. So you want to make sure that you are getting a good deal and you're not getting ripped off or scammed. This is a good way to make sure you're not being scammed whenever you're new in the community. Whenever you're older in the community, you have a general idea of how much things should cost just because you've seen them listed so much. I've seen probably 100,000 listings at this point. Maybe not 100,000, maybe 10,000. I've seen probably 10,000 listings at this point. I know the price of things for the most part. Even I struggle with it sometimes, which is where I want to bring in Labrary that I mentioned earlier. Labrary is a Wikipedia-esque website that records a ton of releases from different brands. There is Taobao, there is Angelic Pretty, Baby the Star Shine Bright, Bodyline, Altier God, Altier Boz, and other brands. Bodyline, I don't know if I said Bodyline, but they have Bodyline on there and it makes documenting the pieces that I have in my wardrobe a lot easier. So it shows what it was originally listed for, and it shows the year, and it shows a whole bunch of stuff like that. And it's very, very helpful, and I recommend looking at Labrary. If you are ever confused on a price, look at Labrary and then compare that to how much it's been selling for, and you will find your answer. And I wanted to kind of talk about how building a wardrobe is going to take a long time. Building a wardrobe is going to take years. My wardrobe has taken 4 years to build and get where it is today. And I don't even have that many dresses compared to other people. Building a wardrobe is going to take time and you need to have patience. And in my opinion, you have to be really in love with the fashion in order to wait that long and spend that much money, because some pieces only come by when they're really expensive. Or, for example, this skirt, the Pup in a Cup, this I waited for 3 years for. I waited 3 years for this. Either 2 or 3. But I waited a long time for that. For this one I waited 2 years. I waited 2 years to get this one. This is Singin' in the Rain by Precious Clove. It's a Taobao brand. And I waited 2 years to get it. And eventually, I got a second one a year later. So it's going to take time. You're going to have to check Lace Market and Closet Child and Wonderwelt and all the secondhand websites. You're going to have to check them on a pretty regular basis in order to track down what you want. This is a very involved subculture. Speaking of a very involved subculture, I want to say Shein, Romwe, and AliExpress. AliExpress has a little asterisk next to it. I will explain AliExpress in a second. Are bad. If you are a new Lolita, these are bad. Do not buy from these. The reason why I put AliExpress on there is because if you're a new Lolita, you don't know how to differentiate between good AliExpress and bad AliExpress. There are some things on there that you can get, but most of it is just fast fashion garbage that is not considered Lolita. These sell replicas, and they sell low quality garments that are not going to last long. And an argument that gets tossed around a lot is, oh, well, I don't have much money and I can't afford these dresses, so why don't I just buy off of Shein, Romwe, AliExpress, Temu, you know, these websites? Why don't I buy off of them? There's so many cheaper alternatives to buying from these websites. I am literally begging you, do your research, because a lot of the time that I get these comments, it's people who have no idea what the fashion is about, the morals in the fashion. I wouldn't say morals, but the moral of the fashion, and what the fashion is about, and how it was created, and why it's still going. And these pieces are supposed to last for years. This dress that I'm wearing is 13 years old, and it's still in excellent condition. These socks are like 6 years old. They're like 8 or 6. And they're in excellent condition. But buying from Shein, Romwe, and AliExpress is just going to contribute to landfills, because they're not high quality garments, and they're going to eventually break and break down, and it's going to be a lot sooner than something like a bodyline piece. Let me pull up a bodyline piece. It's going to be a lot cheaper to get something like this. This is really cute. I really like this piece. It's going to be cheaper to get something like this than it is to get something off of Shein, Romwe, or AliExpress in the long run, because this is built to last. It's a cheaper brand. I got this for like 20 bucks, including shipping. And it's going to be a lot cheaper because it's going to last longer, and you're not going to have to buy as many pieces. And I get it. It's frustrating not being able to buy Lolita, but at the end of the day, it's not a necessity. AliExpress, Romwe, and Shein are just bad websites. Like, I'm just gonna level with you. They're bad websites, and I do not recommend them. I recommend literally anything else. Literally anything else. And Amazon. Don't buy off of Amazon. Amazon is included on that list. So, yeah. That was the topic of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'm probably gonna make another one of these, just explaining a couple other things that I have in mind. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Sarah, or Filth Criminal, whichever you prefer, and have a good day.